everyone. I've decided to start streaming my art while talking. Uh, I okay. This is a little weird. I have never done anything like this before, and I decided that the other day because I was drawing and I was streaming and nobody showed up, which is okay. But I realized that if I were to upload my videos on YouTube, then it would be way more entertaining for you if you add some kind of sound to go with it. Yesterday I streamed with it was random YouTube, uh, I guess copyright free musics, but because I was using YouTube, then you guys had to tolerate advertisement and such, and it wasn't. I just thought I could do better than that. Now, yeah, it's a little weird because I'm kind of talking to myself anyway. If nobody shows up during the stream, I will I'll just keep going on about random stuff happening, I guess. If people show up, I will be answering questions. I will try to make sure that, because I'm not sure I can show you the chat at the same time as it is on. I use two screens, and last time I tried to screen share from my second screen, it didn't work. So I'll make sure to just repeat whatever I'm reading or whatever question I'm answering. Now my layers are a terrible, terrible mess, and I'm trying to look for stuff. Yeah, no. Okay, there. Yes, yeah, I don't know how it's going to go because drawing requires a certain amount of paying attention, and so trying to talk at the same time might get a little just confusing for me, especially considering it's the first time I'm doing it. And also because I'm not starting a new drawing. I already was working on that the other day, so I need to find where everything is again. And this specific drawing will be used as my YouTube banner. I'm going to use the same one for my Twitter banner and possibly Livestream. Although if I'm using YouTube, then there is no point in using Livestream. I've used Livestream in the past, and I always end up having problem. It was working fine the other day, except for I guess when it was not working. It kept broadcasting an old broadcast and stuff, picking up the new one. Oh crap, this is not what I wanted to do. Anyway, yeah. I feel like there is already probably a large amount of hum being said. That's totally, I guess, normal to be expected. But yeah, other than that, I have no idea what my microphone is like. I know I've played with people online games, and they usually don't have a problem with it. So I expect it to be good for you. Although, if I don't have anybody coming, I won't be able to actually tell. I won't be able to ask anyone live to if my microphone is good. So I'll guess whenever I'll be done with this stream, I'll just find out. I honestly have no idea what I'm working on because I had an idea in mind, but I'm not sure how to go about it. I've been trying to do different kind of art style, just because I'm getting bored sometimes doing the same thing over and over, and it's just good to improve anyway. It's just good to for improvements. Yeah, speaking of, I am French. I have double nationality, so I currently live in the US, which is why my English isn't too atrocious. But it also means that I am not the best with words, or at least it gives me a good excuse not to be, I guess. But hey, I'm trying. I'm trying hard. Yes, trying anyway. So yeah, I'll have some trouble probably speaking, and well, more fun to you, I guess. Hopefully, and yeah. But speaking out loud like this is probably going to improve my speech. So hey, that's a plus. Oh god, what am I doing? So yeah, this banner is looking good so far, but I have uh, I have spent a lot of different layers and a lot of different things on it, and I honestly don't know where I am at right now, or like where I need to go. I guess some details need to be lighter, otherwise they won't be noticeable. And what's the point of that? Yeah, I'm not sure how somebody speaking while streaming art is going to do. I hope it's at least going to entertain you guys, which is exactly why I'm doing it. Although I'm trying to entertain myself too. It's it's hard for me sometimes to keep my motivation going, and if I have people to stream with, it gets better. And when I don't have anybody to stream with because they're all busy, what a bunch of jerk. Being busy while I need them to entertain me, I guess. Um, uh, I just figured it was a way to, I don't know, keep myself entertained while still drawing. I hope I can get this drawing done by today. Because if I start streaming on my YouTube channel, then I need, you know, some kind of thing explaining what I do or showing what I do. And what I do is art. So if I could have my banner up today, that'd be good. Yeah, I am also new to YouTube, so I have honestly no idea what I'm doing, which I guess is kind of the definition of everybody on Earth. Just what's the saying? Fake it till you make it. Yeah, that's pretty much what I do every day, every second of my breathing, living life. But hey, we are all still here, so there is that. I need to figure out where the shadow is coming from. That's something I realized had actually a lot of importance. I mean, I guess it makes sense when you say it out loud, that you should figure out where your lightning is coming from. But a lot of time I'm just kind of like, oh, this would look cool here, so I just do it. And then I get stuck, I guess. Because I have this idea in my mind, but if I don't have an idea of where things should go, if I just have a vague idea in my mind, then it won't work. It will be hard for me to do what I exactly intend to do. So just having a clear idea of where the light is going to go should help you, because then you're not struggling you're not struggling in a way that, oh, maybe light here, maybe light there. You just kind of follow the rule, and it's easier for you to, if you have a set rule to follow. Now, I don't necessarily like things to be really proper. I've tried that before, and it's not really... I mean, it's always hard to be like, hey, I'm done now, or I need to fix things, because honestly, there is some times where you could just go on forever without really being a problem. But sometimes you gotta stop, you gotta finish making stuff, otherwise you get nothing done, which is something I do. And so I've done some really finished art pieces, but it's not necessarily what I enjoy looking at. Like, once it's done, you feel good because it's done, because you produced something, but it doesn't necessarily it's not the kind of art I like to look back at. As in, I finished a piece recently, and there is some piece when you finish them, you're just like, damn, I'm the best. And this one wasn't one of them. It was just like, I've done that. Maybe in a few years I'll show my friends how terrible I was with this piece. I'll be like, hey, look, I was terrible, and somebody should have put me down at the time. But look at me now! Oh god. Talking to yourself while trying to maintain some kind of coherent thought and while drawing is actually hard. I don't know if you ever done that, but it's a good exercise because it is actually really hard. It reminds me of all of those do you say YouTuber in English? Well, I guess I will say it. All of those YouTubers that play games and play games while talking, you just kind of think, hey, that's probably easy, right? I mean, I always think that things are hard no matter what when you're not used to them. But now that I'm doing it right now, I'm like, god damn, these people really have you really need to train yourself to do things like that. I guess I will be adding details to this thing until, yeah, to the face specifically. I mean, the rest is kind of the rest of the drawing is kind of in the shadow, so it doesn't matter as much. Although I would like to bring some color to, some light to this part, because it's really close to the light source, and because it's kind of awesome. I really like the details I put in there. So I like to show it. You know, well, that makes sense, right? Yep. This drawing is probably one of the first one in a long time where I've actually drawn a line art for it. I usually don't do it because laziness. I mean, I'll say it out loud. I'm lazy. I like art to go fast. I guess that's what I like. I like painting because it's kind of a fast process. As in, you don't have to worry about so much. I mean, it's hard to say that because there is always a lot you can do if you want to do it. I guess I just don't like making line art because it's tedious, and I don't necessarily enjoy the end result of it, where I really like the feeling of painting. I do use oil painting sometimes, and so I guess it's just the feeling I enjoy. I enjoy to look at it. And this doesn't look good. So yeah, although I'm not the best at painting, I really, well, everything in life kind of ends up being, crap. Everything in life is practice. If you practice long enough, then you'll do it. Okay, I have a problem now because I want those colors to change. For example, for YouTube they're going to be red, and for Twitter they're going to be blue, which, you know, makes sense because of the color of the website. Although if I paint over it, then yeah, I can't do that. I'm in a bit of a pickle right now. Pickle. That's a great expression. Like you just use a condiment like pickle and just make it a sentence. Languages are weird and I love them. Pickle. By the way, American pickles are disgusting. I don't know if you ever had a real, well, can't say real because it depends where you're from, I guess, but if you ever had a French pickle, those things are the best. They're sweet. No, what am I saying? They're salty and like full of vinegar, and they taste amazing. And the pickle in the US are just really sweet and kind of gross. I mean, I eat them sometimes on burgers, but alone, French pickles are the best. So you just can't find it. In my fridge right now, I probably have, I'd say 4 jars of pickles, just because I always try to find French pickles. So I buy like French style pickles or cornichon, which is the French word for pickles. And or last time somebody told me like, Polish pickles were kind of the same deal. No, they're not. That was a lie. So I probably have a jar of Polish pickles in my fridge. I'm just waiting for people to come at my place and eat them for me. That's how I welcome everybody in my house. Hello, welcome. Take a pickle. Just take one, eat it, or throw it away. But it's your problem now. That's a great way to deal with problems. You just give it to someone, and so it's their problems now. I don't even know. God. Yeah, so I posted the live stream online, and I said that it was probably going to be an hour or two. I'd like to do it for 2 hours, but I have no idea how long I can maintain a conversation by myself. And it's going to, I don't know, get long. Probably for you too. Although if you're just watching this video after the stream, if it bores you, you can just leave. That's the magic of the internet. If something is not good and you don't like it, you just go away. Because you don't care about my feelings. What was I saying? Yes, it's probably going to be... God, it's really hard to keep a sane train of thought. God, I lost it again. Oh, God damn it. Oh, hello there! Oh, exactly what I was saying? Yes, it's probably going to be an hour long, I'd say. That's probably the sanest amount of time I can talk to myself without going crazy. Yes. Yeah, the horn needs to be worked on. So yeah, microphone wise, I know I said that earlier, but microphone wise, you should be able to hear me fine. But my house doesn't have air conditioning now because problems and money needed to be fixed to fix things. I'm not sure what yet. People came by earlier, but nothing was really fixed. So I have a fan ceiling in my room that's turning really fast, and I also have a portable fan thingy. And so I don't know how much noise or how much of all of this you guys can hear. Considering I have a microphone close to my mouth, you shouldn't be able to hear much. But if you do hear it, I am sorry. It's as annoying to you as it is to me. Maybe not. I'm used to it. It's been like 80, 89 Fahrenheit today. And, oh god. I know I've said a lot that I miss the sun during this spring because our spring was really not sunny. But this is already like too much. If I was close to the sea and all of that, I probably wouldn't mind it as much. But I'm not close to the sea, so I mind it. Stupid nature. Not listening to my will. I feel like it would be hard for nature to listen to one person, well, to listen to people as well, because everybody wants something different. You're gonna be like, stop the sun, it's not okay anymore. And somebody next to me being like, excuse me, but I want the sun? People probably would fight wars for that. Yeah. This horn looks weird. I don't know how to fix that. Probably... Yeah, the shape of it. The light is not following the shape it should. I mean, all of that is, of course, really fantasy, so you can't really know for sure what the light would do if it came... Well, you can use reference and know that if the light acts like that on a real horn, then It's fully actually that. Anyway, what am I making? This is going to be a YouTube banner for my newly found channel. I have the color right here, and the text will be that. Nope, wrong one. There. This size is the size needed for the YouTube channel, and since I want to use that one on Twitter too, I might have to resize it. I haven't looked into Tumblr, Twitter size yet, but hopefully I won't have to crop it too much. And there is a lot of there is a lot of darkness around, so if I do have to crop it, I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. Which actually, oh, yeah, I apologize because I'm going to swear. I guess that's the thing I picked up when I came in the US. People swearing around me, and I was just like, oh, cool, swearing, like a cool kid. I don't know if I'm the only person it happens to, but because English isn't my mother tongue, words don't have as much. How can I explain that? They don't carry as much, not value, but meaning to them. As in, if I say to someone, "You're piece of shit," and you eat crayon for dinner, I'm just going to think it's funny. I mean, I like the way things sound. But if I say that in French, like, it's hard for me to, for example, say randomly "connard" or "enculé de ta mère," which are really bad French insults, because they carry more value to me, because I was taught the meaning of them, where, like, I know what piece of shit means in English, but I don't know, it's really hard to explain. They really don't carry the same value to me. They really don't. They're just words. Whereas words in my mother tongue actually, I don't know. Words are weird and languages are weird. Awesome, but weird. God, I feel awkward not talking because I know that people listening will, because you guys are going to be like in an actual discussion when there is a blank of silence, it just gets awkward. Depending who you are with, but usually just gets like, cough, I'm here, let's talk. So when I'm not talking and I know you guys will be listening, I'll be kind of, I don't know, I feel like it would be you and me having an awkward silence for a little bit. Like, hey, what's up? And since you guys can't really answer me, you guys will like, I really hope she starts talking soon because I just can't take it anymore. I don't come on YouTube to listen to awkward blanks. It's already full. I'm already hating that in real life. Ah. What am I doing? Okay. Light should go there. It's weird because sometimes you work, I mean, when I say we, I mean I work close to the drawing because I really want to get the details right, even though when you zoom out to like the actual size of it, you'll see some details, like some details are important, but some of them it just gets lost and it's not as important. So I'd say the best would be to just work far enough that you can get some detail if you want to, but not too close, otherwise you just waste your time on details that don't matter, where you could be actually using time on something more big picture that will carry more importance in the future when the piece is done. I don't like this ear, it's too dark. But if I do that, then I'll lose all the... Yeah, I'm drawing over my lines, because reasons. Problem is, if I paint over them, I'm going to lose them. Which makes sense, you know, it's kind of the way it works. If you paint over it, it gets painted over. That's that's a fair rule of nature. This horn is really bothering me. Maybe if I do it different places, it doesn't feel as weird. Nope, maybe it does. Yep, totally feels weird. Cool. Oh yeah, another thing that's always bothering, I guess, artists in general, is that you yourself will always see the flaw in your art, because every line you make, you have a precise idea as to where it should go, and when it doesn't go exactly where you want it to go, you get frustrated, or you will know that it should not be here. But for someone that comes here and just looks at your art, well, they'll just look at the art and be like, yeah, that's cool. They don't necessarily, people don't usually just look specifically for errors or problems. They just kind of find it neat or not. Sorry, I apologize because sometimes I blank a little bit. It's because I'm reading the chat to make sure I'm not missing anything, and so I just need a moment to read it. Oh, well, I'm doing really good, thank you. Oh, I'm sorry if I butcher your name. I know I get frustrated when people butcher mine. Actually, I don't care all that much. My name is French, so people have a hard time saying it, but Tigrea? Oh, that's a... I feel like this would be easier to say it in French. Tigrea. Here you go. I hope... This is probably terrible, but I'm doing great today. I am stupidly hot because it's warm here and my AC is broken. But I'm doing fine otherwise. To be honest, when I started to chat and talk to myself, I felt a little like butterfly in my stomach, but hey, who cares? There is not a lot of people watching, so I can just feel relaxed for a little bit, I guess. How about you? How are you today? I hope you're doing great. Yeah! This is fun. My first chat ever. I hope I'm not bothering you with all of my awkward moments of story or... God, honestly, I don't even recall what I said like 5 minutes ago. I think I talked about details? Yeah, I did say that at some point. Maybe. Ha. God. So I'm using a recording device that will, like... that, I guess, saves everything. Voice and video at the same time. So I won't be able to really change anything in the... before the video is uploaded to internet. Which I'm not against, it doesn't matter. Whatever, it's a live stream. But, yeah. I won't be able to fix all of my terrible mistake that I make. Where do you live? Tigrea. This is terrible! Yeah. I'm just going to call you Tig. Because I don't want to butcher your name even more than I already done. It's terrible. So this is looking good. I should work on the eye maybe, and on the neck. Yeah, I want to make the eye kind of shiny. Or did you know that in art, usually people the eyes are always a focal point. So I don't know exactly how it works for creatures that are not human, but I know that when there is a human like eye somewhere, your human eye will be like naturally drawn to it, because when you talk to someone in real life, your eyes already are always looking for other eyes to look at. So it's I'm not sure why we do that, but I guess so it's not awkward for everybody. But or because you can see a lot from the eye. I'm not sure, but I know that people are usually drawn to eye anyway. But by making it a little more poppy or like more realistic, and when I say that I mean like, you know, like some watery effect or highlight, people will be more drawn to it, and that's what I want. Oh right, Dragons011. Yeah, yeah, I know you. This is entertaining because your YouTube name is not the same. Huh. Yeah, I guess I've been really good at keeping track of. Actually, almost everywhere online, my name is Neb, just because it's easier for me to remember. Then I don't have to look for password or things. I just know it's Neb, and then people can find me. Like I think my Steam name is Neb too. Tumblr, of course, DeviantArt, and YouTube, Twitter too. I don't know. Almost everywhere I'm Neb. But yeah, I guess if you want to keep your life kind of if you want to keep stuff like specifically at different places, it's easier to have different names for it. Huh, so Ohio is hot too. Yeah, I'm in Illinois and it's terrible. But it's getting worse. I'm pretty sure it's going to get worse. Oh, I was wondering, since it's a live stream on YouTube, I'm guessing you have to have a YouTube account to speak on the chat? Maybe I should test that one of these days. Oh, that makes sense. Although you could have kept your YouTube name for DeviantArt. Maybe you didn't like it. I don't know. When I joined I think when I joined DeviantArt, I had another username, and then I was like, this is ridiculous. So I just changed it. Yeah, I made a new account, being the new account being Neb. If anybody's wondering why my username is Neb, there is absolutely no reason for it. I just wanted a name, so instead of using something that existed before, or like a real thing translated or anything, I just decided to create my own kind of name. Which is kind of cool if you think about it, because it's like you got to name yourself again. Like, you're born with a name, and of course you can change it, but you're born with a name, and that will kind of always follow you around. But online, you get to create your own identity and be your own like self. Yeah, it's kind of cool. I like the internet for that and many other reasons. Being able to be, yeah, create your own personas. I mean, you shouldn't use like how do you even say that? Anonymous ness? Yeah, you shouldn't use your anonymousness on the internet to do bad. To like, you shouldn't create a persona because you're too afraid. Because you want to hide bad things, and you shouldn't use that as a way to be mean or hateful anonymously. But it's still a cool way to, be your own person. Ooh! Hey! Another person! Look at that! I'm famous. That's what fame tastes like? Yeah. I can taste it. 2 people. I love you people. Thank you for showing up! That's really nice! Hi, you guys are the best. Oh, thank you for insulting me in front of you and the other person. That's just wow, and you apologize. One of my friends showed up, and she just called me a loser, and it hurts my feelings. I do have feelings, and they hurt right now because one of my close friends just called me a loser. I don't know if people told you that a lot, but when people call you a loser, it really hurts. I mean, I just I love when people write or use smiley faces. It's so passive aggressive. It's terrible because you can never take it right. As in, sure, you can be optimistic and be like, yeah, it's a smiley face. Sure, she's being nice to me. But both of you know that that's not it. That's probably not it. Yeah. Smiley face is terrible. And you, my friend, are being terrible for using it. See? See? You insult me, I insult you. That's how in the world. If you're being a douche, then people have the right to be a douche to you. That's a terrible message. Never mind what I said. Just pretend I didn't say that. Just because people are douche to you, you shouldn't be douche to them. I mean, sure, if someone is a douche to you, then you kind of feel like, if they're mean to me, then be nice to them. But at the same time, you should be the better person. You know, the bigger person. Which you, my friend, cannot be because you are so tiny. Short jokes are the best kind of jokes. Especially if you're the tall friend, which I am. Because then your short friends can't really do anything about it. You can just push them away with your strong arms. God. Oh, somebody is calling me on my phone. So I'm just going to pretend I'm not hearing it. Because this is not the time. It's probably spam anyway. The only person that called me on my home phone are just spams. Oh, I have a great story about that. This guy called me, and the first thing he tells me while so I pick up the phone, and the first thing he tells me is he has an Indian accent, so it's probably, you know, delocated in another country. I'm not saying that like, oh my god, every time there is a foreign person on the phone, it's a foreign country. I've been the person calling for surveys on the phone, and I was in the US. But anyway, point is, this person calls me, and he's like, you have a problem on your computer. I'm like, oh, okay, what's up? And the person's like, your computer has a virus. I'm like, but I don't have a computer. Which I do. I just have time and I wanted to, I guess, have some fun. I like having fun with telemarketers, like without being mean, because I mean they're just doing their job and their job sucks. Unless you like being a telemarketer, then good for you. But I've called people for survey and it's not fun, especially when people insult you. But anyway, this person calls and he's like, you have a problem on your computer. And I'm like, I don't have a computer. I'm like, our what did he say? Like, our computers show that you have a computer. I'm like, you know what? I have a computer, but my father took it for his business. And he's like, is it stolen? I'm just dying. Like, I just couldn't take it. It just was like one of those bad sketches, you know? I couldn't believe it was real, but it keeps going like, you know, if your computer is stolen, I'm going to report it stolen. I'm just coming up with this crazy story of my mother died and my father took for the business, and if I don't pick up the cake for my mother's funeral, which I don't even know why I said that, like a cake for a funeral, that just, I mean, unless nobody in your family liked that person, that just sounds like super rude. Like, congratulations, she's dead. Finally. Anyway, I was just kind of trying to see how far he would not have it, and he just wouldn't stop. I don't think he actually listened to what I said either. It was just, I don't know how to explain it. It was kind of a magical moment in time, and I ended up just pretending to cry really loud because I was explaining something, I don't even know. And I was just crying, or like fake crying, which is even worse, but I just fake crying, and I left the phone on the counter because I didn't really know how to end it, and I felt really awkward at the moment. I was like, now that I've made up all of this, how am I going to get out of it? And I just couldn't. And so I just kind of, yeah. So the guy called, and the telemarketer, I just couldn't say like, okay, I'm gonna go now. I was just saying so much random crap at the time that I was just like, oh man, I really don't want to do that anymore, and I don't know how to say no or how to say bye. So I just kind of put the phone on the counter and let the guy alone. And when I came back to the counter like 2 hours after that, I had totally forgotten about the guy, and he actually didn't hang up. And I think that's because when you're a telemarketer, there is a rule that you cannot hang up. Like you cannot be the one hanging up. I think I've heard that before. But yeah, he didn't hang up, and I just kind of took the phone. The guy was not on the line anymore, but the line was not closed, and so I just kind of closed the phone. It was it was really funny though. Oh, I feel terrible now. Great. God, another time. It was sometimes people call for like an action, like giving money for something good. Like I know the cops called, and when they called, I actually thought I was in trouble. But they called because they wanted to know if I wanted to give money to cop, like what is it? The cop family or something, like the people that are left behind. I never give money, or like I rarely do, because I'm a student and because I don't have money myself. So I mean, if I was rich, or when I'm going to be rich, because that's my plan, uh, I'm totally going to give money to people. But right now, I don't really want to, and I don't really. Anyway, I shouldn't justify myself. I didn't want to give money, except it was the cops, and so I didn't know how to say no because the cops. And so I was just like, sure, I'll give money. Just send me a letter and I'll give the money. And they were like, oh, great. Before we send you the letter, we need to make sure that you are actually going to give us money, because we need to make sure you're going to give us money. And I was like, oh man, I got in that far, and I don't know how to back up because I don't want to give money, but they're the cops. And I don't want to go to jail either. And so they told me to hold, and I was just like freaking out, and I didn't know what to do, and I just hang up. And I felt terrible, and then I forgot about it. So yeah, people, you shouldn't feel bad hanging up. I mean, you should definitely tell the truth. Like, don't do what I do because it's bad. You should definitely be like, nah, I don't feel like giving today, but thank you for calling and good luck, or something like that. It sounds so much better than what I did. God, I'm a terrible human being. I'm glad everybody that hears this will know the truth, that I'm a terrible, terrible human being, because I definitely are. And the worst part of it is that it happened to me another time where I think the lady for it was a lady association for something. I don't remember what. And they called, and exactly the same story as the cops. They were like, hey, we want to make sure that you're giving us money because mail is expensive or something. So do you want to give money? And I was like, and this time I actually started saying, you know what, maybe I will if I have money at the end of the month. Here you go. And she was like, we need to make sure that before we send that you're actually going to give because, mail is expensive. And I was like, what are your prices? She was like, yeah, we have some like $15. And I was like, okay, $15, sure. And then she was like, oh, great. You don't feel uncomfortable with your donation, right? And I was like, no, I mean, I'm going to give you your money. And she was like, we need to, I don't remember remember the exact word, but it's something like we need. It's like a pact, not a pact, but it's like you seal the deal, as in. I really don't remember the word. That's a stupid word too. But you basically, you promise. You give your promise, like legally, that you're going to give money. I think that's how it works. I'm actually not sure, and I'm terrified of it. I'm terrified of commitment. So I'm just like, oh my god, it's happening again. I don't want to give money. And so she was like, could you please hold? And I was like, sure. Knowing really well that I wasn't going to hold. And then she left, and I just set the phone on the side of the bed, felt really bad for a second, and left the room. And forgot about it. Until finally I remembered, I picked up the phone and she was gone. But it's just like, it happened twice now. I don't know what I did to anybody to deserve this. Well, I mean, I'm the one causing the most trouble to people, but God, it's terrible. I hate the phone so much. I hate calling people, and I hate receiving calls from them. Like, when it's friend, it's fine. I mean, Kendra here can tell you that a few times I've called her, and when she doesn't answer, I'll just leave awkward voicemail. Like, I think one of the funniest one I ever sent was, so you want to come at my house? And exactly like with this stupid accent, because I'm just an awkward person, you know. It's just really awkward. And I was like, so yeah, you want to come at my house, and we can do stuff like you can bring a dead raccoon or a dead bird or something you know find on the side of the road, and I'm you know what, I'm just going to hang up now because this is weird. And that's it. I literally sent a voicemail to a friend asking her to bring a dead raccoon to my house because I didn't know what else to say. And she kept the voicemail, of course. So now every time I'm annoying her, she can be like, hey, do you want to listen to this for a second? So I can be shamed for being funny. That was totally funny moment. God. So point is, just don't call me ever, because you probably just end up on my couch, just waiting for me to answer, where I will just be in another room. Oh god, and now I'm just feeling bad again. Yeah. This is what I get for being a terrible human being. It's funny because I say that, and then when I meet so many people that don't answer the phone when it's not a number they know, and to me that's just ridiculous, because we are in an age with a technology that anybody in the world can call you. If they have your number, they can be anywhere on the other side of the globe or not, they can call you. And that's amazing, that's fantastic. But you are limited, because imagine, like, I have, for random reason, I have suddenly the number of a person, one of my friends in another state in the US, and I want to call them and be like, hey, you know me, I'm that person, and I have your phone, so now I'm just going to call you. And because they decide not to answer because they don't know your number, you're never going to talk to them. Like, it could be anyone, even like somebody you know, and you will never talk to them because you didn't want to pick up the phone or something. And I know most of the time it's not that, and people are going to just be telemarketer, but I don't know, I feel like it's such a waste of means of communication. For example, yesterday my brother from France called, and he called the home phone, and when the phone rang, I was just like, I was on the computer, I was doing something not important, probably drawing, so kind of important, but I was just messing around, and I didn't want to go up to pick up the phone. I was just, it's probably a telemarketer, I'm not interested in dealing with that. And it ended up being my brother from France that I haven't talked to in a while. And I could have just picked up the phone. But because I thought it was something else, I decided that I was better than that or something. Well, not better than that, but I decided that it was not worth it. and I missed an opportunity. And that's sad. So you people should pick up the phone when the phone is ringing. So maybe something great is going to happen to you. Yeah, maybe it's going to be a free cruise, right? Yeah, no, that never happens. I don't think I ever got an actual telemarketer saying, "You've won a cruise! Congratulations!" Maybe I have. Huh. I wonder if people that actually wins like cruises like that ever actually go there. Because I mean, if I actually received one of those phone calls, like let's say I participated in some kind of contest and actually won, and and now I have a cruise somewhere. If somebody called me on my phone to say, "Hey, congratulations on you winning the cruise," I'd be like, "Ha ha ha ha! Yeah, that's great. I don't want to answer your survey. Bye." And then I'll just be missing out. I don't know. People that receive actual phone call for like winning cruises probably never go because I just think it's a prank call. Or a telemarketer. Oh man. Now that I'm talking about phones, I don't even remember what I was doing. But at least I'm progressing on the drawing. I really like how the shoulder turned out, so that's probably not going to change. I'm trying to put some wrinkles in the neck, where wrinkles should go, on a dragon that is an actual creature that I can see with my own eyes. Anyway, yeah, and actually once this is done, yeah, I kind of like that. Although I need some shadow in the spikes. If the shadow comes from here, like, if the shadow comes from here, then you should have this horn right here. Looks really weird and not at its rightful place. I mean, in my head, the head was going to be like slightly turned, so the horn would be here, the other horn would be here, and then you would have, you know, yeah, that looks already better perspective than what is here. Anyway, but the head doesn't look like that, and so the horn kind of looks out of place. Honestly, I'm not sure I'm going to fix it because well, even though it looks wrong, I actually like what it looks like, and because it's in the shadow, people might not notice. Well, everybody that watches this video will notice now. I don't know. You in the chat, do you think it looks weird? Do you think I should fix that horn and get rid of it? That one, the one in shadow. Oh, if I wasn't lazy, I would change it. Which means that I probably should change it. When you don't do something because you're too lazy to do something about it, it probably means that you should do something about it. It's like when you ask the question to a teacher, "Hey, does that look weird? Should I change it?" It probably means that you know you should change it. You just kind of want someone to say, "No, it's okay," which is not the way you should do it. But I've done it. You've probably done it. Like you just ask someone, "Hey, this looks weird. This looks okay, right?" Just hoping they say yes, so you don't have to deal with it. I mean, most of the time I've done that. People are just like, "Yeah, it looks kind of weird. You should probably change it." I'm like, "God damn it! Just tell me to be lazy about it." That's all I want from you. People not reading my mind and doing what I want them to do is just really annoying, you know? Although reading people's mind would be really terrible. Like, as much as I want I want to know what people think about me. But as much as I want that, I also really wouldn't want people, like, to know everything they think. human anymore. Because even people that loves you sometimes thinks you're annoying. And there is nothing wrong with that. Sometimes you're probably annoying. Sometimes I'm annoying. Probably annoying right now. To someone anyway. But would you like take it to heart all the time? I mean, you really shouldn't, but if you get reading their mind and all they say was, oh god, she's being annoying right now, then I mean, you would think you're annoying all the time, even though you're probably not. Hopefully you're not. So yeah, mind reading powers would just kind of suck. So it's weird that the lightning stopped right here. Like there is a line where it stops. Okay, that's better. Well, this probably should be... yeah. No. Someone on the chat just said that they're annoying all the time. Yes, Kendra, you're annoying all the time. But I tolerate you. Yeah, that's why we're friends. That's why everybody... that's it, why everybody is friends. Because you just pick a human and you're like, I'm okay with you. And the people you date are probably people you're okay more with them. Like, I'm even more okay with you. I can spend more time with you without you being too annoying. So you just spend more time with them. But yeah, Kendra, you're definitely really annoying all the time. 24/7. Annoying. Yeah. Sorry to break it to you, pal, but yeah, I wish I could say you're not, but that's a lie. And lying is terrible. That's why you can't make friends. I make friends all the time. My dog is my friend, so take that. That was my argument. I feel like I tolerate annoyance pretty well, though. I think. Well, I also tend not to have a lot of friends that are annoying because I don't. Oh god, yeah, because I don't have them because I don't want them. Oh, I want to know. Well, I think I'm fully tolerant toward that. Oh, when I was really young, people, like family member and just people in general, told me a lot that I was annoying. And probably because I was. I mean, to be honest, I was probably really annoying when I was a kid. Uh, but because a lot of people told me that when I was younger, I always kind of, I guess, felt bad. Like, after I realized that people were really annoyed by me, I started to talk less or, be less present because I didn't want to be that annoying person again. And I guess it kind of cut me, like, through, I guess, I did my studies in France, so what is, I guess, junior high. When I entered junior high, I was kind of, I mean, I've always been talkative and kind of all over the place, as you can probably hear, but yeah, kids are usually annoying, but I kind of got quieter because I was just like, I don't want people to think I'm annoying because then they're not going to be my friends. Maybe I'm still like that. Maybe I'm still annoying, that's for sure, but maybe I'm still kind of like scared somewhere that I'm going to be too annoying to be with. But hey, we all got our problem to deal with, don't we? But yeah, kids are definitely annoying. What do I do with this horn? The problem I have, more than laziness, is that if this horn moves, it means that it's going somewhere kind of here, right? And then it's going to blend with the other one. And it's going to look blah. Where it is at right now, there's a going to erase it. God damn it. Although I'm going to do it on another layer. I do that a lot. When I'm not sure about something, I do it on another layer. And so if it actually looks worse, I can just remove the layer. I mean, it's time wasted, but at least you know what looks good and what doesn't. I don't know if you can really see, but I can see that this is not. There is kind of a gradient in the background, and I'm trying to keep it. Yeah, I'm trying to keep it like a gradient. Although this is honestly looking good. I mean, if you take that for and you remove the last layer, no, that one. Yeah, that definitely looks better. I really like keeping different layers because then I get to see what improved and I can keep track of a progression. I tend to have a lot of time staying motivated when I work on something, and something I found that helps a lot is keeping track of all of your steps. Because when you feel like you didn't do much, you just kind of go back your tracks and see that you actually done something. Or that you didn't. Maybe you actually didn't work and you didn't do any progress. But at least it gives you an idea of what you've done and where you are at. And it helps me, at least, and I just enjoy it. I used to take, I don't do that much anymore, which is sad, but I used to take a lot of step by step. I have folders full of them. And I don't know, I like seeing step by step from other people, so I guess I just do stuff thinking people might enjoy them. Like taking step by step. I always enjoyed it, so I'm guessing that at least somebody, one person out there, is enjoying it when I post them online. And I realized it has been almost an hour since I've started streaming, so that's cool. I do have a thing to do, a thing to be at, so I won't be actually able to stay more than, I guess, 30 more minutes. But hey, I've done better than I thought, and people showed up, and that's awesome. Thank you, people, again, for showing up. I'm probably going to do more in the future, because it's entertaining to me. Yeah, the beginning was really rough, I feel like, but hope, think I'm getting better at it. I still don't like what this horn looks like, but yeah, but it's not bad. Okay, so you can see this one too much. Yeah, again, this is a detail I shouldn't really be focusing on because nobody's going to see it really. It definitely looked better before. It looked better, but it looked wrong. Huh. Yeah, I'm going to keep the one that looks not as good, but that looks actually right because it makes more sense, and that's all one can wish in life to make more sense. Okay, so now that that is done, I am probably going to work on the wing. Now, this is actually going to be done today. This is nice. are some rough edges around there, but you won't be able to see them from far away, so it's not that big of a deal. Yeah. So what do I do? What do I want to do with the wings? I just need some light. Okay, I'm going to merge those two together. And wings. I do have a bunch of layers of darkness, so maybe I could just remove. Well, would you look at that? If I, oh, no. Okay, so you can see the marks there because I tried to fix some stuff already. can change the settings on here. Is that better? Probably not. I'm sorry then for that hour of me mumbling around. Oh, that is actually better? Here? God, Kindra, what a friend. You could have told me that before. Can't even count on my friends. But thank you, Dragon, by the way, for actually telling me that. And I mean, I have an accent, and also I've been talking for an hour now. My mouth is a little dry, which I'm going to actually drink right now. Sorry about that. Uh, so yeah, I guess. Well, you know, it's not a bad thing that you couldn't hear me that well because I said a lot of crap. So, you know, all in all. God. Well, I'm glad it's better now. I will try to speak more. Um, I will try to speak better and say my words better too, because that will definitely help. But yeah, I am actually probably almost done. So that feels good. Yeah. I'm just going to finish the wing quickly. Well, not quickly, but I am not going to spend a long time on it because I don't want to, and I don't need to. Yep, I know. I have a meeting in 20 minutes, which is why I would like to finish it beforehand. And it's at the spot where it looks good, so I don't have a problem with finishing the stream. Yeah, I'm adding some details. If you don't use the blur tool, where like all of your lines look blurry, I feel like adding texture always helps, because then instead of being just brush texture of, hey, I painted that, it looks like texture of what is underneath. And I think that helps. That helps things looking more realistic and or smoother. I guess not look smoother, but read smoother. Okay, so that should do the trick. Oh yeah, look at that. Maybe I'm going to put a highlight, like a strong-ish highlight, like I have here. That is not as strong as I wanted it to be. That is definitely too strong. That should be just fine. So I don't know if any of you are curious, but the brush I'm using now is one of the most common, not most common, but it's a brush that is already in Photoshop. I just like it because I saved mine here, but it's one of those tools. I like it because it, depending on the angle, or like depending on your line, it's going to change width. Yeah, width, and I enjoy that. And the only setting I have is the pen pressure changes the size and the opacity is down. That's all I have. Okay, so I'm going to finish the eye. Oh, a good tip I guess I always use when doing eyes. Eyes are never white. We usually draw them white because that's commonly what we think they are. That's the trick in painting, or like in drawing in general. You draw what you think is there, and not necessarily what is there. So the eye is almost never white, except for the highlight. So yeah, just a little trick, just a little advice for my fellow artist. Hey, Nova, how are you today? Huh, a bunch of people join. That makes my heart all happy inside. All happy. It's singing. If my heart could sing, it would probably sing. If my heart could sing, it'd probably be really, really terrible, and I wouldn't listen to it. But hey, I'm doing fine. Thank you. I'm actually less hot now. I guess as the day goes on, I'm going to be less and less hot, which makes sense. This is usually how it goes. Hmm. The eye looks sad now. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Eh. Okay, yeah. I probably need to highlight somewhere. Sorry, those are fine details, so I'm just more concentrating on things. This looks weird. Okay. I tried. God, the eye looked better before. Oh, the shape changed. That's why. Yeah. The first shape was much better. And finally some highlights. Well, I actually should probably put some shadow in there first. And now I can put some highlights. God, the drawing from really up close looks really messy. But from far away, it looks perfectly fine. Yeah. Okay. So I do want to add the colors, but I think I'm going to do that at a later time because I need to get going. The only problem I will have with those is that since they're on their own layers, they will have to. I'll probably have to twig them up so they look fine. Ooh, that actually looks nice. They basically need to, like, absorb the shadow and the highlights. That could work. That could work really nicely. Yeah, better than the other one. Check this out. Boom! I failed. Check this out! Better. There you go. Oh, wow. I wonder if you can hear my bones crack, but oh, I just stretched and it feels good. Yeah, I think I am actually done. I'll probably put my signature somewhere, although there is my name on it, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, here you go. I actually finished that today. Yeah, sweet. Feels good. You know, when you finish something, feels good. Ooh, buffering. Huh. I think you are the first one that encountered the buffering problem. Well, I hope you all had fun. I am going to stop now. Ah, I had fun. Thank you for showing up. Oh wait, it's buffering for me too. I wonder if you can still hear me. But anyway, I'm done. And if you can still hear me, then good. Otherwise, sorry. So yeah, I don't even know how to stop this. There you go. So yeah, bye everybody.